I made a couple videos about juicing. One about how I lost 18 pounds in 20 days with these simple juicing recipes. And I've received comments like this asking, well, what are these recipes? In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 simple recipes that I use to get that result. And by the way, if you haven't seen this video yet, I will leave the link in my description below, so check it out. After I share the recipes, stick around a little bit longer because you could juice with me. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to be juicing and answering some more of the questions that I am commonly asked. So let's get to it. Warning, if you guys are expecting like elaborate juice recipes, this isn't the video because I'm a busy woman, okay? So I needed quick, simple, easy recipes. So all of the recipes that I'm going to share with you guys are 3 ingredients or less. My #1 favorite juicing recipe, it is watermelon juice. And I mean just pure watermelon. When I say I started off that journey with watermelon because it's cheap. You could buy a big watermelon and make a lot of jars of juice. So that's how I started. Because of the high water content, it just flushed me out. And I feel like that quickly started my weight loss. All I was drinking was watermelon juice in the beginning. I want to say for the first 3 to 4 days. And then I started including other things. And I was trying to be fancy one day. So my second recipe that I used was watermelon and ginger. So ginger, I love ginger for the properties that it has. It's anti-inflammatory. It's full of antioxidants. And it really helps aid digestion, which is what I needed at the time because I was trying to flush everything out, okay? And it did, very much so. But that one was one of my favorites because it balanced out the sweetness of the watermelon and then the little spicy hint of the ginger. It made a really good pairing. So to me, that was one of the tops. The third recipe is also very simple. It is apple and celery juice. Now, most of these recipes that I'm going to share with you, the only thing that makes it 3 ingredients is the fact that I add ginger in it. Otherwise, it would just be 2 ingredients, right? So I will make apple celery juice and sometimes I will make apple celery ginger juice. But for the simplicity of this video, I'm going to lump it under one umbrella and just say apple celery juice. It's something about juicing apple. For me, it expedited the weight loss as well because apples are really, really high in fiber. And anything with celery, y'all better stop. I feel like everyone has already seen these videos about how amazing celery is, so I feel like I don't have to like go into detail about all the benefits that celery has, but I would highly recommend it. The only thing I must say is that although I enjoyed the apple and celery juice, the celery itself was a hit or miss. Sometimes I would purchase celery and it just was really bitter and it made it really unpleasant to drink that drink at the time, but other days when I get it and it's fresh, oh, bon appetit. I'm telling you, it is so good. So I love the benefits that it provides, but it's one of those things where it's like the juice could taste great or you could have got a bitter batch of celery and it's not so great. The next juice is courtesy of a friend of mine. He actually showed me this combination, which I personally would have never done by myself, and it is apple broccoli juice. This one took me for a surprise. I can't even hold y'all up because it's broccoli. Who wants to drink broccoli? So I was kind of apprehensive when he told me about it. He was like, hey, this is a great mixture. I tried it and I fell in love, you guys. And there's so many benefits. Broccoli is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K. It has a ton of antioxidants. It helps boost the immune system. And it also helps reduce inflammation. With all of these amazing benefits paired with apple, by the way, when I say apple, I mean Granny Smith. I'll explain a little bit more in my Juice With Me part of the video about how I feel with the apples situation, but not all apples are created equal when juicing. The next juice that I made that I love was carrot and orange juice. It was so good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not a huge carrot fan. I have never been the one to just chomp on carrots. It's something about the fibrous texture that just didn't sit right with me. But juicing it is a whole different story. It's really good, especially paired with something like oranges. And it's like you get this nice little orange drink. But I definitely wanted to include that because I was considering overall health. I wanted to not only detox and heal my body, but I wanted to work on some areas I needed some help, right? And I know that carrots were amazing for the eyes. So I made sure I incorporated different kinds of fruits and vegetables to support the healing of my body as a whole. Because although I don't show up on YouTube with them, I'm a glasses girl. Your girl can't see, okay? So to fix that, I said, let me start adding some carrots to my juicing recipe. So that was the first time I did, and I actually enjoyed it. The next juice that I did was pineapple and ginger. This juice was actually really important during my 20-day juice fast because the pineapple juice was a bit more heavier in substance versus something like watermelon juice. So I realized that towards the end of the fast, stuff like pineapple juice really helped me over. It kept me feeling full for much longer. In return, helped me extend my juice fast longer. The next juice recipe that I added to my cleanse during the 20 days was beets, apple, and ginger juice. Now, this juice combination combined a lot of the same benefits that I've already listed in the other juices, except when adding beetroot, you also are able to detoxify the liver, which is amazing. I just feel like I was healing everything during this cleanse. Okay, so I'm excited. Let's get to juicing, you guys. One day I just said, okay, let me just put this pineapple and orange together and make a juice out of it, and it's literally become one of my favorites. So I'm excited to make it today. In the meantime, I'm going to be answering some of the questions that I've received in the comments and just kind of chatting about some of my juice failures and some other stories that may come up. So let's just get to it. So one of the questions that I received was, how many cups of juice did you need to drink during your juice cleanse? For me, I found that a healthy medium was 4 of these 16-ounce mason jars. So I will fill them literally to the rim, and these would be my day-to-day drinks. So I would drink about 1 per meal, and I found that there were some days where I didn't need to consume all 4, and I would just consume 3, right? Because I found that if I don't drink enough, like there were some days where I was like, I'll just have 2 drinks, you know, it was no big deal. But I just didn't get the amount that I needed to properly execute my day-to-day. So to change that, I experimented, and I found that 4 mason jars worked just fine for me. Okay, so another question that I was asked was, how often did you know when to drink your juices, right? Did you only drink them when you were hungry, or did you have a schedule? And the truth is, I was pretty flexible with mine. Well, I can't say that I felt like I was lucky, right? Whenever I felt hungry or needing to have some type of juice, my body would tell me. It was. So it just happened to align with my day-to-day schedule. So it looked like I was just drinking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then like a evening snack, because that's when my body said, babe, I need some nutrients, I need something in me. So it just happened to work out really well for me in that alignment. But I didn't technically have a schedule, but I did want to make sure that I consumed all 4 in that day. So although I didn't have a strict timeline, like, okay, I must drink this at 7 o'clock in the morning, I must drink this at 12, I must drink this at 3. The only thing I kept in mind was that, okay, I must have something in the morning time, whatever that time frame looked like. I must have something around lunch. I must have something around dinner. And that's just to kind of hold myself accountable to make sure that I was getting enough juices at the time, so that I wouldn't experience the side effects of, brain fog, or just not having enough energy, or whatever, may come from not consuming enough juices. Another question that I received was, do you take any supplements to also aid in the detoxification or the weight loss when doing a juice cleanse? And to that I say no, I don't take any supplements. I'm not a big medicine person. I don't want to say anti-pharma because I'm not trying to get canceled, but I said what I said. I like to stay in the natural route of things. So because I wanted to make sure I still got appropriate vitamins and iron and other minerals, what I did during my juice cleanse was consume tea. I have this detox tea that I learned from a medicine woman that I met in Belize by the name of Jennifer King, and she taught me about this tea that combines dandelion roots and dandelion leaf, yellow dock, and burdock root, and the combination is amazing. It's basically a detox tea, and it helps you cleanse the blood and cleanse the liver, helping you detox faster, right? But one of the things I really enjoyed about drinking that while juicing was that it was full of minerals and iron and vitamins, right? So I wasn't missing out on anything. I feel like I was supplementing myself well by drinking that tea. versus taking supplements, you know, to balance it out. I really wanted to make sure that as I was juicing, and when I say juicing, I'm referencing like a long extended juice cleanse where I'm not consuming any solids. So since I didn't want to consume any solids, I had to get all of my nutrients and vitamins out of liquid forms. So yeah, so it was just juice and tea. Juice, tea, and water, of course. It's always great to drink water. Okay, so we're gonna put these in the juicer while I cut up the pineapple. And this is how easy it is. Nothing special whatsoever. I just kind of dump them in here. And I get to cutting up the pineapple. All right, let's get the pineapple. Ooh, this one doesn't look too good to plant. I was gonna try to regrow this, but yeah. Cut the top off. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. So I know a lot of people actually juice the pineapple skins as well. And I heard that there's so much benefits in doing so. But I have this thing where I like my juices to look appetizing. And the last time I did that, the juice was like a weird yellow greenish color. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't want to do it today. So I am shaving off the skins. Ah, it smells so good. Okay, so we got this cut. All right. Let's go ahead and start putting some of these in the juicer. You know, I actually tried a mixture with pineapples, oranges, and watermelon. I wanted to make my version of like fruit punch. And I don't know about y'all, but I didn't like it that much. I realized that the mixture, like, although the flavor was good, there was just something that it just wasn't right for me in terms of mixing it. I'm assuming that maybe it's because melons probably don't pair well with acidic fruits. I'm not sure. And again, this is just an opinion of mine, so don't take it for fact, but I was just like, that was okay, I guess, but I don't think I would do it again. Let's actually try to make this easier. Hey, work smarter, not harder. Okay. Also, if you guys have any more questions that I didn't answer here, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to have a chat and answer any questions that you guys may think of. In the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit more about the story of the apples I was mentioning, because not all apples are created equal. And I say this because when it comes to juicing apples, the main ones that I tried was the Granny Smiths, the Fiji apples, and the Gala apples. Now, these are the typical apples you will find at like your Kroger stores or your typical Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. Oh, it looks like we're stuffed. Oh, that may not be a good idea at all. Let's see if this will actually run or if I need to unload it. Okay, let's put this here so just in case it spills. And we have takeoff. Nice. Okay, so while that's juicing, yes, so I tried mixing apples with certain recipes that I mentioned earlier in this video, and I found that my favorite is Granny Smith apples. They pair very well with all fruits and veggies, and it also keeps the color really pretty. And yes, that's important to me. I tried juicing the Fiji apples and the Gala apples, and they usually come out to be a real brown color, almost like the apple juice you would see in stores, you know. But when you pair that apple juice with things like celery or things like broccoli, even pineapples, it gives a weird looking color, and it doesn't help that apples oftentimes have foam that floats to the top, and it's very unattractive. So using those apples was just like, oh, this juice pretty fast. You guys want to see the dump? Ready? Oh yeah. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, this is good. Woo! This looks so good. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on there. So you're gonna see how much juice we're gonna get from me juicing that one pineapple and a whole bag of organic oranges. So although the apple juice was really good, the Fiji and the scallop, I wouldn't recommend it if you're planning to mix them with other fruits and veggies. It just doesn't pair well. But Granny Smiths, those are my girls. Granny Smith will have you set. She will have you taken care of. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just dump these in there. All right, guys, we are almost done. I love the ease of this, and it's so easy to clean. This is a Nama J2 juicer, by the way, if I haven't said it. It's literally the reason I juice almost every week, because it's just so easy. Like, you throw it in there and boom. Granted, this time I chose fruits that you actually have to put some effort into, you know, to peel it. But if you're using things like apples and celery, all you have to do is clean them and toss them in the juicer. Well, maybe not the celery, you'll have to cut it down, but legit, I can't make this up. You could toss a whole apple in here and it would just crush it up and juice it like it wasn't nothing. So it's super easy and I'm excited for it. Okay, so we have our second jar and we got a little juice left. Let's see if we can get 3 full jars. That will be exciting. Okay. Hope this isn't too long. Let me see if there's something else I can answer real quick. I wish there was a way to like pause the video, save time. Okay, there we go. We're almost done. If you do like simplicity and ease, I would recommend a mascating juicer. So this is the final jar. Let's see how much we get. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. So one thing I also like to do is sometimes the juice likes to sit in there and I just like to tilt it a little bit just to get the rest of that juice out of there. And boom, there we go. We have a full jar. Look at that. So, 1 bag of oranges and 1 pineapple got me 3 16-ounce mason jars of juice. Let's take a sip just to see what it tastes like. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share the love. I would truly appreciate it. I hope to see you guys in the next videos. Okay? Peace and love.